Well, hello. Welcome back to another shirt ranking video. Now, I think it's high time to go through the 92 and rank each of their home shirts released this season. I've trawled through every EFL and Premier League team and stacked their home shirts against one another before ranking them from 92nd all the way up to 1st. I've already reviewed the Prem shirts, which you can view here, and they've been included in this list against those other 72 shirts. It's been quite a good year for shirts in my opinion, and putting this list together was quite tough, always chopping and changing, moving shirts around, but I think I'm finally happy with the list I've put together. We've got to make a video somehow, so this is the list we're going to look at. Let's just jump into it. And in 92nd place, I've got Watford. Now the shirt itself actually looks pretty decent from Kelm, but then you look at that horrific sponsor. Why is it so big? And why is it blue? Of all colours, why did Mr. Q insist that it was blue? It just drags down the whole shirt, and whilst you can get the shirt without the sponsor, that's not the point. This is terrible. I don't like it. Okay, and in 91st place, I've got Stockport County. Now, I don't know what Stockport and Puma thought they were cooking here, but they should have stopped just after the sponsor, around here. I don't know what all these lines are about, and it just doesn't really look great. I can admire trying something different with a football shirt, but this ain't it. Then in 90th place, I've got Wigan Athletic, and it's Puma once again up to their antics. This time with this bizarre design for Wigan. I'm not entirely sure what's going on at all with this. I don't know what's going on here, especially towards the top end of the shirt. Just looks a bit odd. I think the less said about their sponsor, the better. And then in 89th place, I've got Crew Alexandra. It's Puma once again. It just looks like minimal effort was put into this kit, with just a bit of slight design on the side panels, and that's about it. I do like how they've done the badge, removing it from the shield, so that part of it looks decent, but the rest of the shirt just doesn't. Then in 88th place, I've got Chesterfield, and it's Puma once again. I'm just really not sure what this design is. A striking abstract graphic that just makes the shirt look a little bit like wet or soggy, and in the UK you don't need any help with that. I don't like to compare to previous shirts, but this is a downgrade on last year. It's not really like egregiously bad, but personally I'm not a fan, and this list is my personal opinion. So I'm sorry Chesterfield, but this one ain't it. Then in 87th place, I've got Harrogate Town. We're going to take a break from Puma here as we look at this New Balance effort. It's certainly a unique take on Harrogate's yellow and black stripes, making use of a half-tone pattern to break up the stripes, but personally, it's just not for me. I mean, kudos for trying something new. That is always a nice thing to see, especially when you're trying to make stripes a little bit more interesting, but this wasn't it, unfortunately. Sorry lads, you had a really nice shirt last season, not this one though. And then in 86th place, we've got our first Premier League team in West Ham, and it's also our first Umbro shirt to make an appearance. It's just a very plain shirt that is mostly claret with minimal blue accenting colours. The body of this shirt is also very, very plain and really makes you focus on that awful looking sponsor. I mean, you're claret and blue. A bit more blue would have been nice. This just isn't good, quite frankly. And then in 85th place, we've got MK Dons. It's Reebok up next with MK Dons' first shirt featuring their new badge, and is also Reebok's first appearance on this list as well. This is certainly an improvement over last year, that has to be said, but it's still not that good. The shirt looks quite plain, but there are some faint lines across the body of the shirt that you can't really see unless you're looking up close. The gold elements are decent, but again, that massive red sponsor just lets it down. Please at least make it smaller. If you can't change the colour, make it a little bit smaller, because my god, it is massive. And then in 84th place, I've got Stevenage. So Macron are up next. I'm sorry lads, it's their first appearance on this list, and it's their effort for Stevenage, and it's just okay, really. It's a very plain body with a little design on the sleeves, with a half-tone design making yet another appearance. The sponsor is once again far too big, but at least the colours match, so I guess there's that. And it is a big improvement on last year as well. Still not great though. And then in 83rd place, I've got Swindon Town. Adidas are finally getting involved with this list with their effort for Swindon. And this is just a template, really. There are no unique design aspects about the shirt, but the colour scheme looks pretty decent, I think. I am a fan of the gold accents they've incorporated, but at the end of the day, it's just a template, and that really doesn't move me. I'm sorry lads, you could have had a bit of design on the body or something. And then in 82nd place, I've got West Bromwich Albion, and this downfall is sad to see, really. Last season their kit was class, this one is not. I do not like the asymmetric design they've opted to use in their stripes. The shirt just feels very uneven, and this is compounded by the asymmetrical collar and shoulder panels as well. Also, the blue on the sponsor doesn't match the blue of the shirt, so again, it's just not for me. I know you've got Boilerman as your sponsor, but this sponsor ain't the best. And then in 81st place, we've got Accrington Stanley. Macron and Accrington Stanley have cooked up this, but I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be. It would seem that it doesn't represent anything in particular like their previous shirt did. The template used is nice, I like the collar, but I'm just not a fan of that overall design of the shirt. It's just not great. It doesn't do it for me. And then in 80th place, I've got Salford City. So we're back with Adidas, and it's their effort for Salford that I just not really the biggest fan of. They have the same template Swindon had last season, but this time there's at least a crumb of design here. Some red on red hoops with a gold accent colour is just okay. Definitely better than the training shirt they had last season, but only a little bit. And then in 79th place, I've got Tottenham Hotspur, and this still just looks like a trading top from Nike. Barely anything has been done with this shirt. The usage of navy and grey around the sleeves and the shoulders doesn't look great either. The centralised logos are nice, but that is about it. And once again, their sponsor is red. Not good. Then in 78th place, I've got Wycombe Wanderers. Hummel make their first appearance on this list with this Wycombe shirt. It takes the classic quarter design, which Wycombe are known for. They do it well, but then they try to do some like abstract rectangle design within these quarters of the opposite colour, and I just don't like what I'm seeing. Now, I can appreciate it when a shirt designer or a club tries to mix up a traditional design, but this is not the way to do it. At least you've tried something that has to be given props, but this was not the way to execute it. It does not look good. And then in 77th place, I've got Manchester City. Puma are back at it with another bad looking shirt, this time for City. It brings back the classic City sash, but Puma couldn't just do a basic sash. No, they had to add these weird design elements around it that make it look more futuristic, more technological, and it just doesn't work. And I just feel that more could have been done with this shirt. It just doesn't do anything for me, and I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of City to begin with, but this shirt's not the best. Then in 76th place, I've got Mansfield Town. Area or Erie, I'm not sure, make their first appearance with their Mansfield Town efforts, but it's not great. It's a largely yellow shirt with two blue stripes down the centre, and I just feel that more could have been done, really. The blue accents are a good addition to the shirt, but they're not good enough to save it. I'm just not really a fan of what's been attempted here. Like I said, more could have been done to make this a better shirt. Even if it's just a central blue stripe down the centre, would have been better than these two thinner ones, you know? So in 75th place, I've got Ipswich Town. Umbro make a return with another kit that's just not that good. This Ipswich shirt features a pattern across the body made with elements of their badge, but without me telling you that, you probably wouldn't know. Just looks very messy. I'm also not a fan of just how it stops at the sleeves. Like, come on, do some design on the sleeves, lads. It's not great, it definitely could be better. And then in 74th place, I've got Bromley. Now, Bromley and Macron seem to love a gradient, with gradient stripes appearing across the body of the shirt and also a black to maroon gradient on the sleeves as well. But I can't say I'm a fan. The stripes on the body of the shirt just don't do it for me. They're too uneven for my tastes. And while the centralized logos are nice and the collar is decent, I'm just not a fan of the stripes and the sleeve gradient. So it's just an okay kit. That's all. And then in 73rd place, I've got Grimsby Town. Another Umbro entry, this time from Grimsby. I thought their shirt from last season was very, very solid, but this is unfortunately quite the departure in my eyes. The red on the collar and the red band across the body of the shirt just don't do it for me. Also, winner winner chicken dinner on the back. What's going on there? This is not a nice looking shirt. I'm sorry, lads. I don't really like a sponsor band as is, but just being in bright red on a black and white shirt is a very interesting choice that I do not support. And in 72nd place, we've got Manchester United. Adidas are back once again with another largely plain shirt, but this time the shirt actually includes a unique sleeve print that is supposedly inspired by Old Trafford. I don't know how Old Trafford has inspired the sleeve pattern. There's no rats, there's no water, but it looks decent enough. I really do not rate that collar though. Overall, the shirt's just okay. I feel like more could have been done, but because it wasn't, they're so low down. Above Grimsby though, who they lost to in the Carabao Cup. So, you know, small victories, I guess. Then in 71st place, I've got Exeter City. It's another Adidas effort, this time for Exeter. You know, two clubs in succession who are experiencing completely different sides of English football. Man United flying in the Premier League, Exeter could go bankrupt. Not epic. But this shirt, you know, it's okay. It's a new take on their classic red and white stripes, with thick red stripes flanked on either side by thinner ones. It looks decent, but that sponsor does not do them any favours. So unfortunately, you're only 71st. Hopefully your club survives into the future though. Then in 70th place, I've got Cheltenham Town. Cheltenham have carried their shirt over from last year, and the shirt remains in the same position as well, although that wasn't planned, it was just purely coincidental. It's just a plain red and white striped shirt with some. It's just a plain red and white shirt with some black accents and a break in the stripes for a sponsor. It's just extremely basic, and I feel that more could have been done for a football shirt. So, you know, fingers crossed for next year you have a nicer kit, but for now you're stuck in 70th. And then in 69th, we've got Doncaster Rovers. Oxon make their first appearance on this list with Donny. It's your classic Doncaster hoops, with those big hoops flanked on either side by thinner ones. With a navy collar, cuffs and side panels, it's a very inoffensive shirt. Doesn't really do anything to blow me away. Just looks alright. It's okay. Then in 68th place, I've got Barnsley. It's another Oxon number, this time for fellow League One and fellow Yorkshire adjacent team Barnsley. It's a red shirt with some darker red elements. The main design is the dark red splotch on the sleeve, which is designed to look like the Yorkshire Rose, just in red, alongside some stripes on the side too that reference a shirt from the past. The template looks good, but I felt like more could have been done overall. Just too much red in my opinion. I know they are the Reds, but sometimes you need a bit of a white or something in there to just break up the red wall that is this home shirt. And then in 67th, 6-7 I guess. We've got Preston North End. Oh, Preston, what have you done here? Castor are outfitting him this season, but the effort just isn't great. There's a graphic pattern across the shirt representing the structure of Deepdale's iconic floodlights, but the main feature of the shirt is that awful sponsor. Now, I'm all for local businesses supporting clubs, I think that's how it should be, but the colours do not match at all. If they tweaked the colours like this, it would be far better, but for whatever reason, they haven't. And unfortunately, that does drag down the shirt for me. It may be harsh to, you know, dock points based solely on sponsors, but they're a very important part of shirt design. They can make or break shirts, so I feel like it's important to highlight that when necessary. Then in 66th place, I've got Cardiff City. New Balance make a return to this list. This time it's with Cardiff. This is a classic retro-esque design. While I say retro, you know, the design features simple pinstripes, which is actually a first for a Cardiff shirt, or at least a home shirt as far as I can tell, but you know, it still gives retro vibes nonetheless. But that's about all there is really. It's just an alright kit, not offensive, but doesn't do enough to warrant a higher ranking in my opinion. Then in 65th place, I've got Portsmouth, our first entrant from Nike, and it's their effort for Pompey. Unfortunately though, they've just been given a very basic template which can be seen on other clubs that have done it better. In all fairness though, the wave pattern does a good job of representing Portsmouth as a city, but there's been zero effort made to make it unique. The design itself isn't bad, but it doesn't blow you away either, and other clubs have done it better. So yeah, just meh, really. Probably what Nike think when they see they have to make another Portsmouth shirt. I guess we'll do it. Then in 64th place, I've got Leyton Orient. Puma are back, this time with their shirt for Leyton Orient, but once again, they've not really done much. It's a plain red shirt with some black detailing. Whoop-de-doo. The main design aspect is the checkerboard panelling on the underside of the sleeves and on the side of the kit, which is okay. It makes it more than just a plain shirt, but doesn't do much for me other than that. So it's it's an okay design feature. I feel like more could have been done to link it back to Leyton Orient, maybe like some dragons or something, but no, some checkers. Great. And then in 63rd place, we've got Burnley. We return to the Premier League with Burnley and their shirt from Castor. The main design across the shirt is a topographical graph of Lancashire, featuring the Pendle Hill. The sponsor just really isn't it though. It's just so big for no reason and really detracts from the rest of the shirt. Now there was an attempt to colour match it, which is admirable, but still just doesn't look good. Sorry Burnley. Then in 62nd place, we've got Shrewsbury Town. Oxen are back, this time for the Salops, which I think is a great nickname as well. It retains the blue and amber colour scheme with a twist. The body of the shirt is blue with blue stripes, whilst the sleeves are amber with amber stripes. Nice. It looks alright, I can appreciate that type of design. I do quite like it, and it can work quite well when done well. Still looks decent, but it could have been done better. Then in 61st place, we've got Brighton and Hove Albion, another Premier League team to feature, and it's Brighton's effort with Nike. But I just can't get over that collar. It is one of Nike's asymmetrical collars that I just do not like, because it looks so wonky and really affects how I think a shirt looks. I do like the bot intersecting the stripes and then alternating them, if you get what I'm saying, but that's about it really. It just looks okay. It's an alright shirt, that's all I can say. Then in 60th place, we've got Huddersfield Town. Castor are back again, this time with the Terriers. It features the traditional blue and white stripes with added gold accents to celebrate the 3 First Division titles they won consecutively from 1923 to 1926. A big achievement that does deserve to be celebrated. The sponsor is also in gold, which is a big detracting factor of the shirt. So once again, it's just okay. Then in 59th place, I've got Luton Town. It's actually a newcomer that approaches here with Reflo and their effort for Luton. It's the classic Luton orange that sees the return of navy sleeves for the first time on a shirt since the 80s, which is actually crazy when you think about it. I would have put money on them having one before that, but no, I've checked. It has this wavy graphic across the body of the shirt. I'm not sure what that's supposed to reference other than a retro kit, but personally, I'm just not a fan. It's alright, Then in 58th place, I've got Gillingham. Macron returns with Gillingham and this striking home shirt. It features a bold white speckled graphic across the body of the shirt, which really gives me some retro vibes, like those retro white cups with that wave design on them. That's what I'm getting from this shirt, and I don't mind it. I'm not sure how this design really links back to Gillingham, but it looks quite decent. It's not bad, but it definitely could be better. Macron, I expect more from you. Come on, lads. Then in 57th place, I've got Walsall. Another Macron number follows with Walsall, and this is just your classic striped number, red and black, but it's actually the first time we've seen this sort of design for Walsall. Both cuffs and collar are designed to match, which all lends to a cohesive shirt design, a little bit of a cheat code in my opinion, but I'm just not the biggest fan of that sponsor. It's better than the Poundland sponsor, don't get me wrong, but it still doesn't look brilliant. Shirt is decent all in all though. Then in 56th place, I've got Cambridge United. Cambridge have debuted their new badge, but the shirt from Umbro isn't that great, for what could be the start of a new era. Just basic black and orange stripes. Last year's shirt was phenomenal. This is a massive downgrade from that. It's just an okay looking shirt. The badge, I think, actually looks pretty decent. I am a fan of what they've done. It's just okay. Very, very meh. Then in 55th place, I've got Bristol City. Now this shirt is a bit of a departure from what O'Neill's normally do with the Robins, but it does look pretty solid. It features a red jacquard fabric coupled with some red cuffs embossed with the club's name. A unique touch, but I like it, to be fair. That's all topped off with a white polo collar with a red and black strip at the bottom. It's quite a smart looking shirt, but I feel that more could have been done, especially with the body of the kit. All in all though, very decent, you look quite smart, and that cuff print is very unique. Then in 54th place, I've got Queen's Park Rangers. Area are back, this time for QPR, but once again, it's not the most exciting of designs. It keeps those classic QPR hoops, but each hoop contains a small checkered pattern throughout. I just feel like more could be done with this shirt, but with only 3 hoops present, the white aspects of the kit really seem to overpower the rest of it. I feel like if you added another stripe at the top between the 2 cutouts for the sleeves, it might look a little bit better, and that sponsor just isn't great either. Sorry lads, it ain't good. Then, in 53rd place, we've got Stoke City. Macron are back again, this time with the Potters. It takes their classic red and white stripes, but alters them. It makes these wave-like stripes appear brushstroked or hand-painted with the texture they've used, but it's quite the downgrade from last season. My favourite aspect of the shirt is probably the collar that they've used, but other than that, not really a fan of the shirt. It's just okay. Then in 52nd place, I've got Blackpool. Puma are back once again. This time, it's for Blackpool. It's their classic tangerine shirt with subtle vertical stripes of varying widths across the body. It's not the first time we've received a striped home shirt for Blackpool, but this is certainly a unique take on that design. The lack of design on the sleeves just doesn't do it for me either. So once again, it's just an okay shirt. Then in 51st place, I've got Sheffield United. Area are back, this time for the Blades. And it's their classic red and white stripes with not much added, really. The real talking point is the Blades design, which is featured on the cuffs, which I do quite like, and their collar is pretty decent as well. I do like that style of collar, to be fair. But the rest of the shirt just doesn't do it for me. It's very plain, and as such, it's in 51st. Then in 50th place, I've got Barnet. Stano make their first and only appearance with newly promoted Barnet. It's an orange and black striped number, but those stripes do have a huge chunk taken from them for the sponsor. There is an abstract design within the orange elements of the shirt that adds some much welcomed design to the kit. I don't really know what it's supposed to represent, but it looks pretty decent. But once again, that sponsor is too bloody big. Please, just shrink it a little bit. That's all I'm asking. And then in 49th place, I've got Peterborough. A return to Puma and their shirt for Peterborough. The shirt is just largely plain blue, utilising that popular Puma template, which, with how I've described it, is rather boring. But then you look at those side panels, and that's what really elevates this shirt's design. It displays the names of 20 players from throughout the club's history, spanning from the 1960s onwards. This is a class touch. I absolutely love stuff like this, and it raises what is otherwise a very basic kit to one that's pretty solid. I love art like that, mate. Any links to history, especially like past players and things, class. Very decent job from Puma and Peterborough here. And in 48th place, I've got Notts County. And once again, we're keeping with Puma, and we have their effort for Notts. It's the classic black and white stripes of the Magpies, and that's just about it, really. It's a very inoffensive shirt, but just doesn't really do enough to push it up in my mind. So it's just solid. That's all I could say. And then in 42nd place, we've got Bolton Wanderers. Macron return with their Bolton effort, a shirt designed with fan engagement, which is always an interesting choice. But personally, I see it as a downgrade from what they had last year. It's a white shirt with red and navy trim on the cuffs, the collar and the side panels. Those design aspects don't really seem to have much meaning behind them from what I can tell. But hey, the fans liked it, so it's an okay shirt. Then in 46th place, smack bang in the middle of this ranking, we have Liverpool. Adidas are back with their effort for Liverpool, and it's alright. It's just a plain red shirt, but the template used does a lot of heavy lifting. That's definitely given it a couple of points. The piping is lovely, I'm a fan, but it can't go much higher because they've done very little with this shirt. I think halfway is perfectly acceptable. Then in 45th place, we've got Tranmere Rovers. So we're saying on Merseyside, and it's Mills making their first and only appearance here with Tranmere. It's a white shirt with blue pinstripes and green accents. And within the white elements of this shirt is an outline pattern of Prenton Park woven into the fabric. Lovely. All in all, just a very, very solid shirt. No complaints from me. Decent. It's decent. And then in 44th place, we've got Charlton Athletic. Reebok return with their Charlton shirts. It's a red base with a darker red graphic across the body of the shirt and diagonal white pinstripes across the body as well, which is inspired by the rather cool badge. It's a bit of a out there abstract design, but I think it looks quite solid. Gives sort of retro vibes as well. So very decent stuff from Reebok. I'd like to see them get more into the shirt designing space, especially what they're doing with Botafogo. They've had some bangers from Reebok. Bring them to England as well. Good stuff. Then in 45th place, I've got Lincoln City. Oxen are back once again. This time it's for Lincoln, and this is quite interesting, I want to say. It features their traditional red and white stripes, but with a twist. A string of binary spelling "We are imps," referencing Lincoln mathematician George Boole and his work that became the backbone of computing. Very important fella. His work for Boolean, understated. The design of the shirt could be better though, and the sponsor isn't great either, but all in all, just a decent shirt. Then in 42nd place, I've got Barrow. Puma are once again back on this list with a very striking shirt for Barrow, it has to be said. It's a white shirt with this striking blue pattern across the entire kit. It's a very abstract design made with these zigzagging lines that looks to be a unique print on each shirt. I'm not really a fan of that red maple leaf on the sponsor though, it just sticks out like a sore thumb. Why is it red? I mean, I know it's for Canada, but why is it red on a white and blue shirt? It's the Spurs issue once again. Change your sponsor colour, lads. It can be done. It should be allowed. Then on the 41st, we've got Reading. Now I understand that having this shirt so high up may be quite controversial, but I think that Macron and Reading's effort here is actually quite good. It takes their classic blue and white hoops, but alters those traditional hoops, creating those from an ornate design inspired by Hunty and Palmer's biscuit tins. The other biscuit men, a biscuit shirt. What's not to love? It's a very interesting take on a Reddit shirt. They've done a lot of very interesting shirts in the past, but this one I think is quite solid. And then in 40th place, I've got Birmingham City. Nike are back with their Birmingham shirt. Now I know this goes against everything I've said for shirt designs in the past, but just hear me out, okay? I think it looks nice. It is an entirely blue shirt with gold accents and detailing. The celebration of the club's 150th anniversary. The only thing I don't really like about the shirt, other than the lack of design, is that massive undefeated sponsor in gold. Just not the biggest fan of that. It's just so big, and for why? The actual collar they've used has grown on me. I think the rest of the shirt is solid. 40th place seems fair. Then in 39th place, I've got Millwall. Area are back once again with their effort for Millwall, who are celebrating their 140th anniversary. It's a plain navy shirt with white trim and a special golden anniversary badge that they've positioned centrally. Whilst they've not done much else with the shirt itself, I actually think it looks pretty decent. Then in 38th place, I've got Oxford United. Back to Macron now and their Oxford United shirts. And my god, this is a bright one. It's a very vibrant yellow with some navy sleeves, collar and cuffs, with those sleeves also featuring some faint stripes across them. This is a massive improvement from the shirt last season. I love the yellow they've used here. All round, just a very, very solid shirt and a very, very nice yellow. Then in 37th place, I've got Fleetwood Town. Puma are back once again with their shirt for Fleetwood Town. It keeps the classic red and white of Fleetwood with the addition of tricolour side panels of red, white and black. Who do you think they are? Imperial Germany? I do think the template of the shirt is doing a lot of the heavy lifting, but all in all, it's just solid. Then in 36th place, it's Rotherham United. Another Puma effort, this time for Rotherham, and I feel they've done a quite decent job here. It's Rotherham's centenary year and as such features a special golden 100 years badge paired with further golden accents as well. The dark red panels of the shirt feature a bespoke pattern with imagery from the club's history, which is very, very solid stuff from an anniversary kit. Lovely, lovely stuff. Then in 35th place, I've got Crawley Town. Swiftly back to area, and it's their effort for Crawley. This shirt is inspired by the 03-04 shirt, in which they won the Doc Martens Premier League division, the more you know. It's a largely red shirt with white accents and detailing. The white side panels feature a repeating pattern made for their pitchfork trident, similar to the one that appeared on last season's shirts as well. It captures that retro vibe really well, while still keeping the shirt modern and feeling, you know, unique in itself. The area shoulder tape is a really nice touch as well. Solid stuff. Then in 34th place, I've got Middlesbrough. We return to Castor with their Middlesbrough shirt. It's a unique take on their traditional red shirt and white chest band, but I like what they've done. There is a subtle pattern within the red elements of the shirt that is taken from the gates of Ayresome Park, which was their former home. It's a good looking pattern. I like how they've done it on the red elements of the shirt, but that sponsor really does dock it points. Sorry, Borough. It's your last shirt with your old badge as well. It's decent, you know. It's been a decent run there. Then in 33rd place, I've got Newport County, and it's VX3 making their first and only appearance with their effort for the Welsh side. It's a half and half orange and black number with a map that traces the route between Newport and Morton in Marsh, Gloucestershire, where the club were exiled to and also where they get their nickname, the Exiles. The Newport crest is featured on a shield, which I do like and gives it some extra points from me. And what I like is that both halves of the shirt have a different map. One part is Newport, the other Morton in Marsh. I think that looks really cool. I do not rate the sponsor of this shirt one bit, so it is docked some major points. But overall, the design of the shirt is rather good. Very, very solid stuff from Newport. Then in 32nd place, I've got Norwich City. Joma make their first appearance in this ranking with their Norwich effort. Now, on the face of things, this is just a plain yellow shirt with a green polo collar and cuffs, which you'd be correct in saying because that is what it is. But the yellow weave pattern on the cuffs and the collar looks very, very good and really elevates the shirt's overall design in my opinion. Altogether, it's quite the classy looking shirt, very, very solid effort. Yeah, what can I say? And then in 31st place, I've got Derby County. Puma make their return with the Derby County's home shirt. It utilises the ever so popular Puma template with a white base but a design on the sleeves. The shirt is inspired by their 95-96 shirt, which was also made by Puma, and looked better than this one does. The sleeve design is doing most of the heavy lifting here, as it is just a plain shirt otherwise. It's a very solid reimagination of that retro kit that inspired it. I think it looks pretty solid, and the sparing use of yellow is quite nice. Then in 30th place, I've got Leicester City. Adidas make their return with their shirt for Leicester. I quite like the most of what they've done here. It's a largely blue shirt with some gold accents and detailing. My favourite design aspect of the shirt though is those subtle pinstripes that adorn the body of the shirt. It just works. However, major points have to be docked due to that sponsor, which is not good. Without that sponsor, it's a much higher ranked shirt, but I do need to take the sponsor into account. And with that being said, it's not a good one. Very strong effort from Leicester, but your sponsor lets you down once again. Then in 29th, I've got Oldham Athletic. Puma return once again with their effort for Oldham. The shirt design is reminiscent of early Oldham Athletic shirts from the 1950s, updating that design and bringing it into the modern era. It features a thick central stripe with the badge and logos centralized within that stripe, which we know looks lovely. The sponsor also kind of works here. It has been colour matched, so I can let it slide. So yeah, just a solid looking shirt. Then in 28th place, I've got Colchester United. Macron return with their shirt for Colchester. This kit is inspired by the 05-06 shirt, with the design updated and brought into the modern era. It takes the classic white and blue stripes before adding thinner pinstripes across the body of the shirt, which is a design feature I quite like. And it also adds further depth to what could be a very plain shirt. Good job, Colchester. Then in 27th place, I've got Leeds United. So yeah, back to Adidas now and their effort for Leeds. Now yes, this is just a plain shirt with some blue detailing, But the real design, and the thing that really elevates the shirt for me, is that collar and cuff detailing. It is lovely. The multicoloured design is inspired by the Lowfields Tunnel at Ellen Road, and I think it looks quite nice. It works well with the rest of the shirt. Solid stuff. The neck tag is brilliant as well. And also the Red Bull sponsor isn't that egregious either, so it's going to get a pass from me. I think it's quite a decent shirt. Then in 26th place, I've got Northampton Town. Okay, we're back to Puma, and this is their effort for Northampton. It takes their traditional claret base and adds some further texture stripes across the body. It's a nice design touch that adds some further depth to the overall design, and I think looks quite nice as well. The white secondary colour works well with the claret, and the sponsor isn't too bad either. Just a solid shirt for the cobblers. What more can you say? Then in 25th place, we've got Brentford. Joma are back, this time with the West Londoners. It's the classic red and white stripes of Brentford, but this time they're flanked by thinner red stripes, which creates a very clean and nice looking shirt. This kit is celebrating 100 years of the red and white, and I think it's a good look for that celebration. The collar is a bit of a weird one. It gives some like retro vibes that really links back to the 100 year celebration. The authentic version also has this wave-like pattern in the fabric, which I think is quite nice as well. So again, another solid shirt. Then in 24th place, I've got Everton. Castor now with their Everton shirt, and yeah, I mean, it's your classic Everton blue with a pattern across the shirt that consists of these horizontal wavy lines. Now these lines are inspired by the banks of the River Mersey on which their new stadium, the Hill Dickey, sits, but that stake sponsor just really isn't great. It's a solid shirt all in all, but doesn't do enough to get any higher marks from me. Then in 23rd, I've got Sunderland. Hummel make only their second appearance on this list with their shirt for Sunderland. The shirt makes use of their traditional red and white stripes with a design inspired by their 96-88 home shirt, which has been updated with a modern badge and not so good sponsor. The crest is still centralised, but only given a thick black outline, which I'm not really the biggest fan of. The white stripes also feature a pattern inspired by the designs of the brand new Kiel Crossing Bridge, which also appears on the back of the collar as well. I do not like the sponsor, but there's been slight effort to colour match it, so I can give it some slack, but it's all in all just a decent shirt that doesn't beat last season's. Then in 22nd place, I've got Bradford City. We're back to Macron now, and it's their effort for Bradford. It takes the traditional claret and amber colours of Bradford City, giving the shirt a claret base with amber pinstripes across the body and sleeves of the shirt. Those claret elements of the shirt also contain an embossed BC pattern throughout. No, that's not a reference to Brian Clough. I believe it's just Bradford City instead. This is a special shirt as well, as it also carries the UK City of Culture 2025 just underneath the Bradford badge. Not sure how they got it, but they did, so I guess that's that. Why not celebrate it on your shirt? Just another very solid effort from Macron and Bradford here. No complaints from me. Then in 21st place, I've got Hull City. This is Kappa's first entry on the list this year, and it's their effort for Hull. It's a largely amber shirt, ditching the traditional black stripes that you'd normally expect. The main design of the shirt is found on the sleeves, with a striking black and amber tiger print all over, calling back to their shirts from the 90s, as well as referencing the tiger's nickname as well. That is all topped off with a lovely retro style collar. Kappa have created a very cohesive shirt here, very solid, but I feel like more can be done at some point. Then in 20th place, we've got Chelsea. We return to Nike, and it's their shirt for Chelsea. It's a largely blue shirt with a graphic design across the body that is inspired by London's architecture. The Chelsea shirt features a white secondary colour on the collar and on the side panel, as well as for the Nike logo, and it also features a red splash of colour on the side panel as well. The shirt isn't sponsored yet, so no sponsor to take into account, but a sponsor could ruin it if they're not careful. But for now, very clean, very solid shirt. And then in 18th place, we've got Fulham. So we're going to keep in West London, but this time it's an Adidas shirt for the Cottagers. They've gone with an all-white home shirt this season, with the main design aspect being that of a design from the iconic Craven College balcony ironwork, which has been woven into the body of the shirt. It can really be seen up close, and I think it looks quality. The shirt also features black detailing on the cuffs, the collar, and the piping as well. The sponsor is colour matched in all fairness, but still isn't that good. Then in 18th place, we've got Crystal Palace. So we're going to continue to stay in London. This time it's a South London team and their shirt from Macron. It features the traditional red and blue stripes of Crystal Palace with added white pinstripes and a white sleeve stripe to give a new, more unique look. I'm not really a fan of the sleeve stripe though. I think that detracts from the overall design of the shirt. The shirt has a V-neck collar with red, white and blue trim, which is matched by the cuffs as well, which we know is a design cheat code. The sponsor isn't that great either. Then in 17th place, I've got Aston Villa. We make a swift return to Adidas and a swift exit from London as we look at their effort for Aston Villa. It's a return to a more classic look for Villa this season. The shirt pays homage to their home, Villa Park, and the Holt End. The sleeve cuffs feature a unique gold design that's created to reflect the facade of the Holt End, and I think it does look pretty nice. This gold is also seen in the piping as well, which I can appreciate. The shirt is dark to major points though because of their sponsor. But other than that, very decent shirt. Then in 16th place, I've got Coventry City. Hummel make their return with this shirt for Coventry. Now this shirt has been designed to celebrate the Coventry City crest. The entirety of the shirt features a crest in this subtle 90s pixel sort of stamp pattern, which I think looks pretty decent. The small white piping around the arms is also a nice touch. All in all, just a very solid shirt from Hummel and from Coventry as well. Okay, and in 15th place, I've got Southampton. Puma are back once again with their effort for Southampton. It makes use of that popular Puma template alongside the traditional red and white stripes of the Saints. This shirt features two thicker red stripes which are both flanked by thinner stripes as well. This combined with the collar gives the shirt a very classic feel. The sponsor is okay, but I'm not really a fan of the thick outline they've used with it, but all in all, just a very solid shirt here. Then in 14th place, I've got Arsenal. Adidas are back once again, this time with their shirt for Arsenal. Now this is a partnership which has produced some wonderful shirts as of late, and this one is no exception. It's a return to the classic red and white, which is a very refreshing change after whatever they tried cooking with last season. The main aspect of this shirt's design is the repeating Gothic A graphic across the body of the shirt, which I do quite like in all fairness. They've also gone with the monochrome badge just to keep it red and white, which I can also appreciate, and I think it works really well as well. The red piping also works well. So yeah, just a very solid shirt for the Gooners. Gooners will love this shirt for real. And then in 13th place, I've got Sheffield Wednesday. Back to Macron now, and it's their effort for Sheffield Wednesday. It takes the Owls' classic blue and white stripes, but with a little twist. Within the blue stripes is a 3D SWFC. The design is also repeated on the sleeves and back of the shirt as well. The shirt has also utilised yellow as an accent colour that really works well with the rest of the kit. That sponsor is awful though, drags the shirt down in my estimations. Not good. Then in 12th place, I've got Bournemouth. Umbra make their return to this list with their shirt for Bournemouth. And it gets a lot right. It's the classic red and black stripes as expected from a Bournemouth shirt, but in those red elements are what really elevate the shirt. It features a rippled sand pattern where it references the natural textures found along the Bournemouth coastline. I think it looks really nice. A lighter shade of red flanks either side of those black stripes, which is also a nice touch. Unfortunately though, it does have this awful sponsor. Without that sponsor, it would be a lot higher, but it really drags the shirt down in my opinion. Then in 11th place, just missing out on the illustrious top 10, is Newcastle United. We're back to Adidas now, and it's their effort with Newcastle. The shirt features the club's traditional black and white stripes, but with a unique serrated edge, forming a pattern known as the Shepherd's Check. This is a nod to Northumbrian tartan, influenced their first black and white kit back in 1894. The light blue accent colour on the piping creates a nice look, which I think is really well with the sleeves and the overall black and white shirt design. There's a How We the Lads tag on the back of the collar, which is also a nice touch, and the sponsor ain't even that bad either. Decent looking kit. And then in 10th place, just making the top 10, it's Wolves. So yes, we're getting the top 10 kicked off with Wolves and their F from Sudo. This shirt features a subtle print across the Godot elements of the kit. This print is inspired by the Molineux Pleasure Grounds, a park that used to stand where the Molineux Stadium now does. The look is completed by a retro style collar with cuffs and thin gold piping. The sponsor is not good, but I think that this retro shirt is nice enough to keep it a higher rating in spite of that. The template that has been used here really does conjure images of the popular Puma template from this season, despite from a different manufacturer. But I'm going to have to apologise, Sudo. I was not familiar with your game at all, because this is lovely. Then in 9th place, I've got Port Vale. Puma and this template are back once again, this time with their effort for Port Vale. It's Port Vale's 150th anniversary, and Puma have delivered this retro-inspired number to celebrate. It's an off-white shirt with black accents inspired by the 1953-54 team. This is completed by a classic PVFC crest with logos in gold that further add to the anniversary celebration. Keeping the shirt sponsors to further lean into that retro feel is very admirable. I like it. And then in 8th place, we've got Plymouth Argyle. So we're going to stick with Puma and their effort for Plymouth. Yes, it's that same template, but I think this is one of the best uses of that very popular template that I've seen. It's a green shirt with some green stripes and white accent colours. The main design is found within those green stripes, with 4 of the club's previous badges embedded within those stripes. Really solid stuff from Plymouth. I love football badges, love a design like this. Puma, you've done pretty well here. Some good looking stuff. Then in 7th place, I've got Wrexham. Macron return with their effort for Wrexham, and it gives me some heavily retro vibes. This may be because it was inspired by the 81-83 shirt though, who knows. The shirt features a subtle pinstripe design within the fabric in their traditional red, with white and red detailing on the collar and the cuffs allowing them to match. Always a nice design touch, as I've mentioned. The shirt also features a central club crest, but does not centralise the Macron logo. What's going on, lads? The white piping also looks nice and it reinforces that retro vibe, so in spite of that Macron hiccup, I think this is a very solid shirt. Then in 6th place, I've got Swansea City. Joma make an appearance once again, this time with their effort for Swansea. It's a largely white shirt with a subtle checkerboard pattern arranged in stripes across the body of the shirt. My favourite aspect of this shirt design though is the checkerboard collar and cuffs. They look lovely, they match the overall design theme of the shirt. Really big fan of that sort of stuff. And while I can't say I'm the biggest fan of the orange sponsor on a white shirt, I do think the overall design of the kit is very nice, only being dragged down by that aforementioned sponsor. Then in 5th place, I've got Bristol Rovers. We're back to Macron once again with their shirt for Bristol Rovers. And this is a partnership that just keeps on giving. It's their classic blue and white quarters with a twist. It features the club's crest embossed throughout those blue elements, including the sleeves and especially on the back. The cuffs and the collar match as well, which is nice. And that's just an easy way to get a couple of points from me. The sponsor isn't brilliant, the colours haven't been matched, but the overall design of the shirt is rather nice. A very solid shirt from the Gaz. Then in 4th place, we've got Blackburn Rovers. Sticking with Macron and their effort for Blackburn, we're also celebrating their 150th anniversary. Macron must really like teams with Rovers in their name, because I mean, first Bristol, now Blackburn. Come on lads, you're not hiding it. It features Blackburn's traditional half and half blue and white design with the sleeve colours reversed. Nice. The main design aspect of the shirt is an embossed graphic of fine vertical lines representing the thorny stem of the Lancashire rose. It's a lovely subtle design that works well with the rest of the shirt. The red sponsor isn't brilliant, once again, but the overall design of the shirt is very nice. I can let that slide a little bit. Once again, a very solid shirt from Macron and Blackburn. What a partnership they've been having. And then in 3rd place, I've got AFC Wimbledon. We're into the top 3 now, and Lotto are making their first and only appearance on this list. I really liked what Umbro were doing with Wimbledon, but Lotto have come in and carried the torch really well. It's the club's traditional royal blue with yellow accent colour that adorns the polo collar and the cuffs, as well as the Lotto logo and the piping that runs along the shoulders. I love the recent piping resurgence we've seen this season. Really top stuff. Keep it up guys, big fan. The shirt also features a subtle repeating geometric pattern that is embossed into the fabric of the shirt that creates this very nice looking design as well. The FM sponsor is solid despite the state of FM26. Another lovely kit for Wimbledon. They're just getting nice. Wow. Then in 2nd place, I've got Burton Albion. Tag also make their first appearance with Burton Albion, as they're the second placed side in this list. It's also going to be their last. And honestly, just wow. It's a celebration of their 75th anniversary and references their first ever professional kit from 1950. An amber and black half and half number with a retro polo collar and matching cuffs as well. And speaking of the collar and cuffs, they featured the design of an untied Staffordshire knot, in case you're wondering. The sponsor is okay. I know there wasn't much they could do with it, but it's not really offensive, doesn't really detract from the shirt in my opinion, and it's a very, very solid effort from Tag and Burton. The shirt really came out of the blue, but what a nice surprise it was. Didn't expect this at all. Very, very nice. And a hard act to follow. But in first place, I've got Nottingham Forest. Yep, at the top of the tree, we have Adidas and their effort for Nottingham Forest. Now yes, I'm a Forest fan if you couldn't guess, but this shirt is just phenomenal. It takes the iconic 92 to 94 home shirt and brings that into the modern era with a combination of white and dark red pinstripes across the body of the shirt. It also includes a button-up collar and a shield around the crest to really enhance that retro feel and to celebrate our 160th anniversary. Big fan of that shield. They got on here as well. I really like it. It's good stuff. The collar and the cuffs match as well, which as I've said is always nice. It was originally released sponsorless and looked absolutely class, but our sponsor doesn't detract from the shirt at all in my opinion. Despite it being a betting sponsor, it just creates a very nice, very classy shirt. It's one of the best shirts we've released in a very, very long time. Adidas cooked with 2 of 3 of our shirts, and guess the other one. Just wow. What a shirt. Lovely stuff. And yes, that is my extensive ranking of the 92 home shirts this season. Thank you for stuck around this long. I'm not sure why anyone would, but if you have, you're a real one. And what do you think of my list? Have I judged any shirts too harshly? Have I been too kind on other shirts? Please let me know in the comments down below if you so desire. But I've been O2GT. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you want me to do away shirts, if there's enough demand for that, I will do, but only if the demand is there. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.